I want to make a move. I want to perform their favorite song, but you know they love to sue. Yeah, that song. Maybe I think about it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you for this long hiatus. But welcome to Let's Talk About It. I am your co-host, Mr. Nathaniel, and on the other end of this lovely podcast is Miss Indianapolis, aka Idella Renee.
Yes. Hello. Hello.
Hello, everybody. Should we say welcome 2025 since it's been a minute?
2025 is here.
Oh, it's here, and what has happened in the beginning of this
And it's
year? Oh my.
March already. It just like the snap of a finger is March. It'll be June next week.
Right? Like, what happened? Like, it just, yeah.
I mean,
Interesting.
it's March. It just seemed like we just started.
Mm-hmm.
We've only just begun.
Oh, but
I
don't
think if
do
I
it.
sing, we won't be restricted and my stuff won't be taken down. So that's why the hiatus has been there, is because we're just trying to figure this out. We're not trying to proclaim to be experts. We're just having fun and
Of course.
talking about it.
Mm.
Let's talk about it. What you want to talk about? I mean, there's been so many things that have happened from January until now. Like, we have
Mm.
a whole host of things that we could talk about, before we
Mm.
get into uh, things that are personal. So we can talk about the world for a long time before we even get into personal aspects. And
Mm.
yeah, I won't
Mm.
get into that.
Mm.
I'll save it for another uh time. But
Mm-hmm.
what are we gonna talk about?
Well, let me see. February was such an interesting month outside of January. We're just gonna avoid that whole administration change. That'll be another topic.
Oh, that's another one. Look, let's check off
Oh,
all the ones we're gonna wait, and let's do the Super Bowl. How about that?
as you heard in the lovely introduction of the podcast, here we're gonna talk about the
Right.
Super Bowl.
Right. Let's talk about it
Mm.
today.
Y-
So where do you want to
yes.
start? Where do you want to start? Like, I'll just jump in. Where do you want to start?
I mean, the representation of implied things and things that weren't spoken. Oh my goodness. I mean, even
Okay.
in the intro, he was like, they like to sue.
Who is he? Oh, okay. You talking about Kendrick Lamar? Okay, we're
Yes,
gonna
Kendrick
jump
Lamar.
right on in. We're
A
gonna
dot.
bypass who was playing and go straight to
Well,
halftime.
well,
I mean,
we'll,
I
we'll
mean,
get back to we'll get back to that embarrassment. That was an embarrassing performance by.
well, we might as well go ahead and talk about the embarrassment now and all the people who got booed. Do you
Oh
want to go
yeah, I
ahead and
heard.
talk? And then we can talk about the halftime. So let's talk about, okay, who played, who
You
was
had the
Super
Kansas
Bowl,
City
who were
Chiefs
the Chiefs, and
and the Eagles.
okay, and who was there? I mean, okay. First, it took them forever to even
Mm.
get us to even score. First, let's just talk about that.
It
That
took
was
two
crazy.
whole quarters. No, wait a minute. Was it two or three?
It was three.
Whatever it was embarrassing.
It
Yeah,
was
three whole
three.
quarters.
Yes, to even get to even score. I was like, what is up with that? And then, okay, so not only that, they put all that. They were like, oh, Mahomes is he's a miracle worker. I said, y'all are putting way
Mm.
too much pressure on
Too
this
much
man.
on
I
one
know he
man.
has
Yeah.
done some great things before, but to put, I mean, every time they were like, well, he can still do it. Well, he can still do it. uh, no,
He
he
can't do
can't.
it. Right.
He cannot do it. Like, won't he do it?
Mm. Yeah, he can do it all
No,
right.
he can't. I
But he
said, y'all
didn't.
are trying to make him score all these points within what, 5 minutes? I'm like, that's ridiculous. I said, stop doing
Right. Not gonna
that.
happen.
It's not. And what? It didn't.
It didn't, not
Okay,
at all.
so then and so Taylor Swift got booed.
Mm-hmm.
What's that about?
I don't know. I mean,
Was it her
that's interesting
fault?
how
I'm
no, I mean,
sipping,
I think
I'm
the
sipping
other
my water.
person
Was it her fault?
it might have been the other person that was there.
Oh,
Kind of
so there
almost
was somebody else there that
resembles
got
the
booed too.
kind of represents the color of this drink. I mean, it's kind of reddish
Okay.
orangish.
I don't want the name on my podcast right now.
Would you still say the
So okay,
orange?
so a couple of people got booed. Taylor Swift got booed,
Yep.
which I didn't think she should be booed, but that comes with them acknowledging you and hyping you up at the other games. Then if a game you don't, he doesn't win, you're gonna get booed. So I mean, it's what is it called? Par for the course. So,
Mm.
okay. So Taylor Swift got booed, another person
Oh,
got
poor little
booed,
Tink Tink.
and then
Oh.
the scoring of it all, and then let's get into the halftime show, which that's why a majority of people chime in or tune in to the halftime if the game isn't, going anywhere. Because I could have easily, after the second um, part, turned it off. But of course,
Mhm.
we need to see the halftime. And then, you kind
Right.
of stick around for the rest to see, but it's really, you know. So Kendrick Lamar. No, okay, so Samuel Jackson. I mean, that was
Y'all just loud. Y'all just
perfect.
loud.
Like
Y'all right.
Samuel Jackson don't care.
They don't. Not at all.
So he was perfect for that role. And I was like, was it scripted? But then of course went back and saw the rehearsal and all. Of course it was scripted, but Samuel, I think some of that stuff he probably wrote it.
Hey, I was looking for him to say his favorite word. I mean, I'm just saying,
What's his favorite?
Like Kamala Harris, her and him have the same favorite word.
Okay, so we have that, which was perfect. And then Serena
Mm-hmm.
Williams, that
Kurt
was
Walken, yep.
perfect. And
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
said she has great looking legs. I mean, I was like, okay, Serena. I mean, not saying that I didn't think she did. I mean, they've always said stuff about her body and whatever, but she looked really good after,
Wrap those
baby
chocolate
and
legs
stuff, but
around
she is
me.
so good.
Sorry.
And what were you singing? And
Nothing.
she sea-walked.
Right. And you know why she did that? Because she got fined for doing it at Wimbledon. So it was
They
just a matter
did?
of,
I thought, oh,
yeah.
really?
Yeah. In one interview, she was like, yeah, I could do it on here and not get fined for it like I did at Wimbledon. I was like, oh.
Shut up. I didn't know she got fined.
Mhm.
Okay. So, all right. So that is her.
That's one reason why she was there.
Okay, so that's what I was gonna say. So that was one reason, and then the other reason was her
She was an
relationship with
ex.
Drake. Okay, so
Yes.
tell me, okay,
Mm-hmm.
fill me in. So this is what I do not know. Fill me in on the background of that. Like not him and Serena, but the background on the beef with Kendrick and Drake. Do you know what that is stemming from? Or do we
I
need to do
think
a little bit more research on this?
uh, yeah, I think I mean, from my understanding, I think somebody said something on one, diss track, then it became another diss track, and then it's just who won the diss. And at this point, Kendrick, like, he's smashing regardless of a lawsuit.
Uh, Oh, so Kendrick had a lawsuit.
Yeah, because well, Drake was trying to file a lawsuit for him not to do that song during the halftime because it would kind of like defamation of character and him lose all record sales and all this other stuff. But he did it anyway because he didn't care.
Okay, that's when he said, "What song?" Okay, so I'm looking over here. Okay, so it says Kendrick Lamar and Drake are currently engaged in a rap feud due to a long history of subtle diss tracks and
Mm-hmm.
perceived conception, which
Mm.
escalated recently with Kendrick seemingly taking direct aim at Drake on a quest on a guest verse on Future song like that. I don't know that song. Where he questioned Drake's status as a top rapper and hinted at personal issues, leading Drake to respond with further tracks and accusations of false information being spread about him.
Mm. Mm.
Okay, so that's the start of it.
Uh-huh.
That's the start of it. And then
Uh-huh.
um so the origins in control verse, it says where he called out several rappers, including Drake, seemingly positioning himself as the top dog. Okay, so
Mm.
he was the top dog. Then it escalated. The most recent flare up came from Kendrick's appearance. Kendrick appeared on Futures like that and seemingly targeted Drake with lyrics questioning his legitimacy and impact. Oh,
Let's
so
see here. Let me
not
find the one verse where he
legitimate.
was let's find the one verse where he really let's see here. Where's it at?
And then he attacked his personal life, including allegations
I hate
of
you like I'm young. You bet like him roll
things.
a cell black one.
Okay, so that's the personal life, including allegations of sexual misconduct
I heard you like him young.
and fathering a secret child, which Drake has denied. Huh.
Yeah, I just played it for you. Hey Drake, I heard you like him young.
I know, but what about this secret child?
Now let's just be real. Who in the industry don't have a secret child?
Hmm. I don't know. But what I'm saying is I didn't know Drake had a secret child. Like I didn't know he was going to be, in that group of people.
Mm.
Okay, so let's talk about all of the symbols and things in,
Ooh. Ooh.
what do you think about that?
Hmm. So the fact that Uncle Sam
Oh.
says that we are too loud, we are too ghetto,
Mm.
is the representation of the government trying to keep us playing the game.
Mm.
And in this essence, the game was the playing field, the prison yard, should I say, looked just like a Sony PlayStation controller.
Mm. Okay, so they did. Okay, so that was the symbol, the PlayStation controller.
Yep.
Backup
Mm-hmm.
dancers form the shape of an X, square, triangle, and circle, which are the
Mm-hmm.
buttons of a PlayStation controller.
And whose PlayStation made by?
Sony.
Sony. And who has signed Drake?
Oh, oh my gosh. Okay. So we already said we mentioned Samuel Jackson, but he played Uncle Sam as
Mm-hmm.
another symbol.
Yep. Trying to control the message. And if the message is not controlled, then it's too loud, it's too ghetto.
Okay, so he said too ghetto. And then, okay, and before Not Like Us started playing, which some say is a commentary on how Black people are treated in the United States.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. What is he?
That's just word
Let's
on the
see.
street. I ain't say
Let's
that's
just see.
just word on the street. Word on the street is, and
Let's
then
see what. Let's see
the
what
other
did he
the
say?
other symbol was the American flag.
And how it he was standing in the middle of it, and then it divided as he walked.
Yeah, that symbolized America's political and racial division. Dancers formed the American flag with red, the white, and blue outfits. Oh, I'm about to read this.
And
The dancers bent forward and lifted their backs in the air, which some say symbolized the labor of Black Americans during slavery. I didn't. What? I didn't know that's why they bent over. Shut the
mm,
door and lock it up. Let's break it all down. Break it all down. Now, let me tell you. They said Kendrick Lamar wore a jacket with Gloria on the front, a reference to the closing track on his album GNX. What's this about?
mm.
What's this
Is that
Gloria about? Gloria.
because I thought Gloria, I thought that was his mom.
I have no clue. I
Let
don't
me
know
see.
what this Gloria is. So we need to find that. And Lamar performed in a 1987 Buick GNX. Rich,
Mm.
Rich references his birth year and his album GNX. I mean, like
There was so much
his
representation in there.
choreograph, his I can't even say it right. They were amazing. Management amazing.
Yeah.
Everybody on his team is amazing. To the car, to the jacket,
Oh,
to the
okay. I found it out.
transition. Okay.
Gloria means glory in Spanish.
Okay. So what was his track? I
Let's see.
understand that, but that was what did that have to do with the track?
Let's see. Gloria. It appears on his album GNX and features SZA. The word Gloria means okay. The jacket was custom menswear. The song Gloria is a metaphor for Lamar's artistry, lyricism, and creative journey. So it is a song on his
Yeah.
album.
Yes, it is, but okay. But that I have to see why. So I guess he just wore it because that's just on his album. Okay, great
I
job.
mean, his whole jacket was in reference to his album, his
Yeah,
tour that's coming
yeah.
up. Yeah,
I
like the
mean,
patches were his tour. Yeah.
that is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. Like I'm just still taken back by the bending over. I that went.
And speaking of bending over, when he was talking about Drake, how they bent over in representation to the size of the child that I heard you like him young.
Shut up. Mm, wow.
And then
Well,
let's not forget about the bling he had around his neck too.
Okay. What was that?
That A minor.
That's right.
The A is a lowercase a, which in music terms is A minor.
Oh my goodness. I forgot all about that. That is crazy. Well, okay, so I was researching, so I don't want to go back, but I was talking about Taylor Swift, and they said why she was booed. And that's because she was not focused. She should have been focused on the Super Bowl, but she was too busy with her album recording and her ongoing uh Eras tour and sponsorship. I mean, she's supposed to keep living. It's
Facts.
kind of foul for them to be like everything needs to stop in her life, which has nothing to do with football, so that she can focus on football, so that they can win. But she's only connected to that one person. So why was all the other ones and the wives excluded from how horrible they were playing? I mean, it was horrible. But I mean, I don't want to go back there. I just thought I'd throw that out, that I found like why she was really booed. And
Yeah, I
I think
mean,
that and now that I read that, I think that's even worse. Like
yeah,
that they would boo her because they were losing because she was doing her. She's got bills to pay. Okay.
mm,
So, but all in all, I thought so like
all the
during
way
the
to the it.
during the halftime, I was just like, okay, this is good. This is good. But the
Hmm.
more and more I watched it and listened to it and looked at the symbols, it was it just got better and better and better and better every time I thought about it. And I was like,
Because
man,
SZA is a ex of Drake as well.
who is?
The girl that sang SZA, the girl that sang on the track.
Okay, let's bring her in. What's going on? She used to date him?
Hmm.
Okay.
Let's see here. Let me see. Yep.
So he
Briefly
so
dated
he
in
just so
2009.
he so he just brought all his exes to the stage.
It says
That
here
was the
that
biggest diss
they briefly
ever in
dated in two.
life.
They briefly dated in 2009, shortly after SZA graduated high school.
Shut the door.
I
Shut
heard
the
you like I'm young.
shut the door. And she was there.
Hmm. Yep.
That's
Hmm.
crazy.
And then to finish the symbolization of the game, at the end of it, it said game over. At the end of his performance, it said game over in the crowd.
Right. Exactly.
And then
Exactly.
also when he said 40, what was it, 40 meals and something? That
Yeah.
was like the cost of, I think, a slave back then.
Shut up. That's right.
Let
That's
me see.
right. That's right.
Cost of slave.
That is crazy. Okay, I'm about to see how old SZA is.
40 Acres Dream Mule was a
Okay,
promise to
so
give
wait a
land.
minute. No,
Hmm.
okay, so let's clear this up. I heard of Like I'm Young. That has nothing to do with SZA.
Mm.
That has to do with something else. Because I just looked it up. SZA's
Uh-oh.
35 and Drake is
Okay.
38.
Okay.
So I mean, Yes, she's younger, but 3 years that's not considered any. There's nothing wrong with that. A 3 year
Okay, and to
difference, there's
clarify,
nothing wrong with that. So that I hear you like them young has nothing to do with her. I think it has more when she is listed is that's an ex. They did date, but that I hear you like them young has nothing to do with her. Just wanted to make sure that was, documented. So, but all in all, that was a halfway decent. I mean, if the halftime
oh,
show
there it is.
wasn't like that, it would have been a horrible
No, I
I
mean,
guess if you were a Chiefs fan, it's a horrible Super Bowl. But I think having a blowout like that is not even fun.
but
Even if you were a
but
Chiefs or Eagles fan, having a blowout like that
here's
isn't fun.
here's something else to think about it.
Mhm.
Okay, the eagle is the symbolism of what?
I don't know,
Let's
Nate. I don't know. I don't know where
let me
you're
see.
going with
Hold on.
this because I mean the players and the teams have nothing to do with halftime because they were coming in on because they belong there because of how they did during the season.
Yes, I mean they were very talented people. Some could say that the Eagles were
But you was about
purposely
to
meant
say
to.
something else. What was you about to say about the Eagle?
Nothing, nothing.
Yeah, you were.
I'm just gonna leave it at credit is where
Okay.
credit is due. But there are always the speculations of why teams win or why they were supposed to win.
No,
Hmm,
because they would have won last year.
true.
Oh.
It's true. But I will say I like the pettiness of how they threw the Gatorade on the coach in the beginning of the fourth quarter. Was it the beginning of the fourth quarter? They threw it on him early, and the game was still
Well, they
playing.
should have. There was no way he was coming back. There was no way he was coming back. I don't care.
Mm.
I don't care. There was no way that they were going to come back and win. I mean, they kept saying, "Oh, he's done crazy things before," but no, there was no way he was going to win. So let's do like let's let's do like Kendrick said. Let's end this.
Yes. Let's end it on the fact that
Game
there were
over.
133.5 million viewers
Okay, okay, wow.
for
For
the
halftime or
mhm,
just for the game?
for halftime.
Halftime, okay.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah. I mean, we hey, I miss that music. I,
Yes.
you know, I enjoy just, I mean, a lot of people have podcasts, and
Hmm.
my vision for my podcast or our podcast was not to focus on just one thing, but to be able to
Hmm.
talk about a variety of things, which I like. I love variety, and so this just
Yes. Yes.
this just goes with my personality, and
Hmm.
it keeps things fresh, and
Yes.
and so yeah, we'll talk about just about anything.
Yes,
So
we will.
uh,
And we will fact check ourselves. So don't worry about that. Don't y'all try to be out there fact checking folks.
fact check me. Put it in the comment. Where can they find us, Nate? Where can they find us so they can put it in the comment?
Let's talk about it. 317 on YouTube. There it is. That's where we're at.
We on
Mhm.
YouTube. And
Mhm.
if you can't find me on YouTube or find us on YouTube or find Let's Talk About It on YouTube, go to my website.
Mhm.
There's a link.
Mine is still a work in progress. I've had some things, but we ain't gonna talk about that. It's there. It's just I gotta make it look fabulous, like Miss Indianapolis. I'm just saying.
But you can find it there. Let's
Yes,
talk
you can.
about it. Click on the link. It'll take you right there. And
Yes, it will.
you know, I will talk about this on another episode, but yeah, don't pay attention to the first, you know, some of the stuff that's in the first. We'll talk about that on the next episode. We'll talk about that on the next episode. I'm out of here.
Later,
Take
y'all.
over.